Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions back again with another video commentary.
They're back. I don't know what making those noises and talking like this. I don't know why.
So I'm just gonna stop. But anyway, I saw this. I saw an article about this on Kotaku. I saw a tweet about it from somebody, and then I followed it up, and I see this article on Kotaku, and I've got to talk about this just because I find it interesting, and we'll talk about why I find it interesting in a bit. But somebody returned BioShock Infinite because of forced blasphemy, because they feel forced blasphemy, or the forced baptismal scene at the very beginning of the game, which you can see in a Let's Play on this channel. Hey, go check that out. Not many people did because nobody likes Let's Plays. But anyway, the forced baptismal scene, this person said, was blaspheming against their religion, against their God, against their chosen divine power. And this is not a video meant to make fun of or poke fun at this person's chosen religion or any religion. I want to say that now. This is poking fun. I am going to be poking fun at society as a whole, not necessarily the vehicle that people use to get to this destination, which we'll talk about in a bit. But this person said, I feel offended by this blasphemous scene in this game, and I have no choice. If I want to play the game, I have to blaspheme. I have to essentially blaspheme. Well, it's a game, and my rudimentary understanding of the Christian religion, which this guy's a Christian, is that, there's pretend blaspheming. It's not real blasphemy. It's pretend blaspheming. You are not blaspheming. Booker DeWitt is blaspheming. You're controlling him, but I would think a supernatural power, an omnipotent being, might be able to differentiate between the two. But anyway, this guy says he can't. God cannot. So he writes a letter to Valve, a very nice letter, a very reasonable letter. He says, look, you put this at because he bought it on PC. He's not writing to Irrational Games, but he's saying, look, at the beginning of this game, I am forced to do something that offends my religious beliefs. And because of that, I cannot play this game. I can't do it. I just can't. It's not like he got to the end and didn't like the ending and now he wants a refund. It's not like the game is broken. He says, just look, I didn't know this part of the game was in there. I didn't know it was like this. And so I would like a refund. And he wrote that email to Valve. And Valve gave him a refund. Okay, that's pretty cool. All this aside, I like reasoned discourse. It would have been very easy for this guy to write this letter. I'll link the Kotaku article so you can read it for yourselves. It would have been very easy for this guy to just write a seething letter and start trying to take Valve to task for how dare they have this blasphemous content and how dare they try to force it upon him. And he said, but he was like, look, I didn't know. I had no way of knowing. If I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the game. But I didn't. I would like to ask for a refund. And Valve gave him a refund. That's awesome. I like that. But here's the funny part. He says in the letter he writes to Valve that in preparation for BioShock Infinite, he played BioShock 1 and 2, which he enjoyed very much. Shouldn't enjoy BioShock 2. It's bad. It's bad. Bad, bad, bad. But he enjoyed it. And then I thought about it for a second. And I thought about this. I'm like, wait a minute. This guy is upset that he was forced to pretend blaspheme. Pretend blaspheming against his religion. Can't play the game. Okay, that's personal. You can believe whatever you want. I will defend your right. I will defend your right to believe whatever you want. And that's fine. But he played BioShock 1 and 2 before this, and he liked them. I'm assuming he finished the game, which means he committed a whole lot of pretend murder before he got to the pretend blaspheming. So that means, in this guy's world, pretend murder, okay. As long as it serves some greater narrative purpose, in my consumption of this interactive entertaining content, that's fine. Pretend murder, fine, cool. I like it. BioShock 1 and 2, lots of murder going on in those games. You even get in BioShock 1, I believe, and 2 as well, you get the option to harvest little girls. You get the option to kill them for some supernatural cure-all narrative device that Irrational Games had to add them. You get the device to harvest this, and you obviously kill them. That's okay. But pretend blaspheming, whoa, buddy, you best hold the damn phone. Pretend blaspheming, I can't play this game. Pretend murder, meh, it's okay. And I think that's funny, not because of the guy's religious beliefs, not poking fun at religion, but the idea that there can be just such a disconnect. Pretend murder, because if you're going to fly the flag of religion, if you're going to fly the flag of offense, not just religion, if you're going to be offended by something, and you're going to say, that offends me, I can't play the game. Okay. But then be like, well, I was okay with the pretend murder, but I'm drawing the line here. This isn't cool. And I think it's interesting and funny and kind of sad that we've gotten to the point as a society, as a species, where it's okay for, this stuff happens regularly. This kind of stuff. I am looking for things to be offended about. So much so that we can enter into a scenario where somebody's okay with pretend murder, but not pretend blasphemy. And I think that's just an interesting and, from my perspective, sad set of circumstances that we as a society have gotten to this place where people are they feel they are so entitled to not be offended by anything that they can choose to not be offended by pretend murder, but then choose to be offended by pretend blasphemy. Which, come on, it's interesting. The Kotaku article is linked in the description, so you can read it for yourself. I just think it's interesting that we're there as a society where it's people are so anti being offended that it's in the power of everybody's hand to effect change and be like, this offends me, and it's like, well, but you were okay with the pretend murder, but what? So I think it's George Carlin talked a lot about. He was talking about the pussification of America, and I think we've gotten there. I don't know what's caused it, but I think we're definitely headed towards that at the very least. If we can, if somebody can say pretend murder, okay, pretend blasphemy, give me my damn money back. But I said earlier, and to this guy's defense, it was a very reasoned, it was a very calm letter that this guy wrote. It was very nice, not accusatory, not crazy, not going off on the rails on a crazy ass tangent. He was offended by it. And he said, "Hey, look, I didn't know. If I would have known, I wouldn't have bought the game." But I just still think it's funny. Pretend murder, pretend blasphemy. I'm not playing your games anymore. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. Remember, likes, favorites, comments, and shares via Facebook and Twitter do help me out. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I'm out.